Hi, my name's Tate Gibbons, and this is my informative speech. Um, so, my speech is about how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So, you're going to need some key ingredients. You're going to need 2 knives, one for peanut butter, one for the jelly. You're going to need jelly. You're going to need Jif peanut butter, or any type of peanut butter. You're going to need some bread, obviously, to make the sandwich, and a plate. Now, so what you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to open the bread. If I can get it open real quick. Sorry, I don't mind the coffee maker in the background. So you're going to want to open the bread and take out 2 pieces. Alright, make sure they don't have any mold on them. So we're good. Then, close up the bread, obviously, because you don't want any air in there, so you got to seal it tight so no mold or bacteria can grow on the bread. Set the bread aside, you don't need that anymore. Then you're going to want to get out the peanut butter in the first knife. Doesn't matter which knife. I use butter knives because they work better. So you scoop out some peanut butter, just a little bit at first, so you can get like a good layer, and smear the peanut butter on the bread. Pretty self-explanatory. So you're gonna want to make sure you cover up all the edges and don't leave any of that stuff like I was doing. So you might need a few more scoops of peanut butter. Just try not to make a mess, I guess, like me. Now, once you get the peanut butter spread completely all over the bread, you're going to want to add the jelly. But you're not going to want to put the jelly on the same half as the peanut butter, because then when you're spreading the jelly, then you're going to get peanut butter on the knife and put it inside of the jelly, which would ruin the jelly. So, take the knife from the peanut butter, and you grab a napkin, because peanut butter is hard to get off usually. And you're going to want to make sure you get all that off to put it in the dishwasher. It makes it easier to clean. Alright, let's put that aside. The next step, like I said, jelly. Make sure the jelly, sometimes there's like water in there if it sits for too long. So you gotta like mix it up to make sure that everything's good to go. And then you're just going to want to take out some of the jelly. Put it on the bread, just like the peanut butter. It's going to be different put on the bread because it's not the same like texture and consistency as the peanut butter. So this is going to be more difficult to spread. Now when you're spreading it, you're going to want to make sure you don't put any holes in the bread, because then that kind of screws you over and messes up the whole sandwich, because then stuff is leaking out. You might need a few scoops of the jelly. Alright. So, keep spreading the jelly out until it's all around each corner and you have enough. You can put as much as you want. I just, just put it on the sandwich however much you want. Now you're going to take the 2 pieces and put them together. I put the jelly on top because then it doesn't leak out the sides. And same thing, take a napkin, get the jelly off the knife, and set it aside. You can clean that later. And obviously put the lid back on the jelly. So, now you've got the sandwich, and you're going to need a sharper knife to cut it in half to eat it. So, get a sharper knife. I like to cut it diagonally instead of straight down, because that just looks not as good and it's harder to eat. And you want to just evenly cut the 2 sides. Take those apart. Clean this knife as well, because you don't need jelly on the knife when you're trying to clean it with water. And now the sandwich is done, but you don't just eat a sandwich by itself. So you're going to want to add some chips. Doesn't matter what chips, whatever you got. I have Cheez-Its, what I'm going to use. Take it and I put it in the middle of the sandwich. I think it's easier and it holds it. Make sure you close that. Now you're done. Now you have a really good sandwich. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Probably the best one that you'll ever make. Alright.